As wildfires drop the air quality all across the inland Northwest, how to stay safe as the Spokane County Interstate Fair gets ready to kick off.
It's still going to be hot over the next couple of days, but hazy skies will prevent us from breaking any more high temperature records. We are tracking a weather pattern shift for the upcoming weekend.
And after the shakeup at the CDC, senators question RFK Jr.'s leadership. Thanks for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Cody Proctor. Mark is off tonight. Well, we're in a weather impact alert tonight thanks to hot and smoking conditions all across the inland Northwest. We start off this hour with meteorologist Michelle Boss. And exactly how long will these conditions last, Michelle?
Well, we're probably going to have to deal with the haze over the next couple of days. We still have the active wildfires and still dealing with some relatively hot temperatures for this time of year, though we're kind of moving away from record-breaking territory. That haze suppressing some of the heat today, putting us in the lower 90s. But if you're concerned about air quality, currently in Spokane, AQI is 86, which puts us in the moderate category. You need to get up to 100 to be in unhealthy and sensitive groups. We will likely see that air quality fluctuate between moderate and unhealthy with that ongoing fire activity and just the very stagnant conditions we have across the inland Northwest. Currently 93 in Spokane, 92 in Coeur d'Alene. Pretty toasty out in Grand Coulee and Omak. Still seeing highs up around 100 degrees. Very warm in Pomeroy and Lewiston, middle and upper 90s. Air quality alert will just continue on a day-to-day basis as we evaluate the air quality outside. Otherwise, just hazy and otherwise clear conditions. We're looking at lows dropping down into the 60s overnight, 90s for the next couple of days, but a big cool down starting on Monday or Sunday, and then especially next week we should see highs down in the 70s.
Michelle, thank you so much. In the meantime, hot and dry conditions spell fire danger across the inland Northwest, and we are tracking multiple wildfires in the region. We start off now with the Crown Creek fire burning in Stevens County, just south of Northport. This fire has now grown to more than 10,700 acres. It's still 0% contained, and there are still level 1, 2, and 3 evacuations for people living just south of Northport. In some of those spots, crews actually upgraded the evacuation orders. Ferry County issued a level 1 evacuation notice between Nancy Creek and Deadman Creek. The North Gorge Campground and Boat Launch, as well as Evans Campground, are closed until further notice. And evacuation shelters open at the American Legion Post in Kettle Falls. The nearby Black Hawk Mountain fire has burned about 800 acres. It is still 0% contained. Lightning started both of these fires. Meanwhile, we are also still tracking the Rattlesnake fire in Ferry County. At last check, that fire has already burned more than 6,000 acres and is 0% contained. It is burning north of the Columbia River. In some areas around the fire, officials upgraded evacuations to level 3. They were asking people to avoid using 3 Mile Road and 6 Mile Road and to not fly drones in the area since they interfere with firefighting aircraft. Today, fire crews have been prioritizing building direct and indirect containment lines to limit the spread. And it's not just the heat packing a punch for us. The skies above Spokane County's fairgrounds have been noticeably hazy ahead of the first day of the fair. Let's go now to KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy, who is out there tonight. How are things out there, Ms. Shannon?
Well, our air quality index has been fluctuating between the moderate category to unhealthy for sensitive groups and back throughout the day. And that's really not expected to improve as we kick off the first weekend of the Spokane County Interstate Fair. Your giant smoked turkey leg might be a little extra smoky, and it won't be blue skies greeting high-rise riders either for the first weekend of the Spokane County Fair. Surrounded on nearly all sides by wildfire, Spokane's air quality is taking the hit.
There is definitely the potential for unhealthy air quality in the next 3 days.
Mark Rao with Spokane's Clean Air Agency says expect the current haze to stick around into early next week because of winds.
Although we may see a little bit of improvement on Sunday, the big improvement may not occur until Monday with the arrival of stronger southerly winds.
Rao expects our air quality to stay around the unhealthy for sensitive groups or orange category until then. You may want to plan your fair trip accordingly.
Well, children are in that sensitive group. So if the air quality is above 101, then children should avoid being exposed to outdoor air. Other groups that are in the sensitive category would be pregnant people and older adults.
Rebecca McMullen with the Regional Health District says the early warning signs of smoke exposure can be mild.
Red eyes, runny nose, cough.
But those fine particles travel deep into the lungs, making prolonged exposure serious for some.
There are more emergency room visits when we have those periods of unhealthy air, more heart attacks and strokes.
You can wear an N95 mask if you have to be outside, but health experts recommend staying inside if you are part of a more smoke susceptible group. Now, this is all pretty normal for this time of year, fair time. I spoke with the fair director who says they often have a smoky start to the fair, but because there are 10 days worth of fun out here at the Spokane County Fair, you can maybe hold out for a day or two and then come out to enjoy when clearer skies are up above. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thanks so much. And if you're heading out to the fair, there will be no security screening for entering the fairgrounds. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office will have deputies there. The fair organizers say there will also be security patrolling the area by foot or cart. In addition, a mobile camera system will help keep watch. You cannot bring alcohol, knives, or any pet other than service animals. If you need a wheelchair or a scooter, you'll need to bring your own or use an off-site rental. However, the fair will provide accessible parking and smooth walkways throughout the entire area for people needing them. And you can meet the Up with KREM team at the fair. Thomas, Nicole, and Tim will be there from 1 to 5 in the afternoon on Saturday. Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo will be out there with them as well. They'll be in the same area as last year, and we're calling it KREM Alley. It's right near the VFW concession stand. They're excited to meet you this weekend, so check it out. Well, Spokane Public Schools says this heat wave we're in right now impacts students both in and out of the classroom. So far, 3 SPS schools are fixing their air conditioning, while 3 other schools do not have AC at all. The district said staff are doing what they can to fight the heat using fans and portable coolers. This comes after 2 girls' soccer games scheduled at One Spokane Stadium were either canceled or postponed.
And you're really trying to eliminate those high, intense radiant heat that you're also getting from the sun. And if you're able to decrease that, then the heat index of the area should be lower. And turf field is a complicating factor because that always runs much hotter, even at low temps. And so thinking that some of our heat index was 100, 105, those turf fields were probably, without taking a measurement and knowing what they were, at least 120, if not hotter than that.
The district announced this week all outdoor activities will be moved inside while the heat lasts.
Hey, drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
The 4 Idaho officers who shot and killed a Pocatello teenager will not be criminally charged for his death. Police shot Victor Perez 9 times earlier this year. Officers were responding to a 911 call saying the 17-year-old was intoxicated and attempting to stab family members. Investigators concluded the officer's use of force was justified under Idaho law. The Idaho Attorney General's office says the state would be unable to prove beyond a reasonable doubt those officers were not justified. Coming up on KREM 2 News tonight, when we come back, the president sets his sights on a new city to send the National Guard to, where he intends to crack down on crime next. And HHS Secretary faced off against senators in a committee hearing today. Following the CDC shakeup, we hear what senators questioned him about.